Let's talk more about this. Michael McFaul, a former U.S. ambassador to Russia, is an NBC News Russian affairs analyst. He is with us now along with Jeremy Bash, our national security analyst. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you. And Michael, I want to start with you. And even as I do, I think you and Jeremy slightly disagree on this question. You think this is a pretty aggressive move on the part of the Russians, don't you?
Well, I do. One, because I think it's unjustified. We didn't meddle in their elections, so why are our diplomats being punished? And number two, it's not symmetric to what we did. The Obama administration kicked out 35 diplomats, allegedly those that were actually working as intelligence officers. This reduction is over 700. Now, most of those will be Russian employees, but that's a drastic cut. That's the embassy I ran. It's going to be much harder to do our business in Russia as a result of this.
Jeremy, you feel this is a little more boilerplate, that there still may be some kind of positive relationship to be had between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump or President Trump? And this is kind of Trump or Putin saying business is business?
Yeah, Trump was forced to sign this bill, and Putin knows it. So I think, Matt, that the bromance will continue. Look, Russia is getting a lot of return on its investment. It is getting effectively what it wants in Syria. We've agreed to scrap a program that would have tried to push Assad out of the way. And is also getting what it wants vis-a-vis America and NATO. Our president's response to defending NATO has been pretty tepid, and Russia likes that.
Michael, you've been obviously a chief diplomat in Russia. If you were to expel 755 diplomats and staff, how does that impact the way the U.S. does business with Russia diplomatically?
Well, it's huge. Actually, when I was ambassador, we had to close down the U.S. Agency for International Development. That was only 70 people, but that was very, very difficult. And I want to remind you, it hurts Russians too. Remember, you go to the embassy to get your visa. That's the biggest section, consular affairs. It's going to take a lot longer now for Russians to get their visas to come to the United States. So this has a boomerang effect that hurts Russians as well.
All right, let me go to you, Jeremy, now in North Korea. Another crisis facing this White House. President-elect Trump quoted or famously said, North Korea just stated that it's in the final stages of developing a nuclear weapon capable of reaching parts of the U.S. It won't happen. We know how that worked out. What is President Trump learning about dealing with the North Koreans? 14
missile tests this year. They have cleared most of the technical hurdles needed to build and field an ICBM that could go downtown Seattle, Chicago, Denver, maybe even Boston and New York. They are in the final sprint to having that capability. And the last piece would be to miniaturize their nuclear warhead and be able to put it atop that ICBM.
President Trump said, and this is his quote, the Obama administration policy of strategic patience has come to an end. Please explain to me what the difference is between the Obama administration's approach and the Trump administration's approach to North Korea is.
Well, I'm not sure we know what the Trump administration's approach is yet, Hoda, but the Trump administration has before it, probably in meetings this week in the Situation Room, a very stark choice. Either to accept a nuclear-armed North Korea that can hit the United States or to take preemptive military action. And I suspect, given what they did in Syria, that they will look potentially for a symbolic strike, a surgical strike on one facility in North Korea to send a signal.
All right, Michael McFaul, we thank you. Jeremy, stick around. We want your take on something else. This is the shakeup at the White House.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.